Accidents happen. Sometimes it's minor. Sometimes you just can't ignore them. At Carsmetics, we've revolutionized the auto body repair industry by creating fast, hassle-free accident repairs. We promise to make your car look just like new, on time, often in one day, for less. You won't pay a cent until you're satisfied. Carsmetics, expert accident repair.
Well, what to do if you get in a little accident, you get a bump on your car? Well, we have the solution for you. We have Joe Coverdill here today, and he's the president of Carsmetics. Welcome back. You've been with us before, and you were telling me that you sort of head the West Coast area here, and that's very nice.
That's correct. It's a pleasure to be back on. Thanks for having me on board. Was on here one time before and had a great response and had some
Great.
A lot of the people from Laguna Woods area came over and just came by and just got some questions answered, or a couple of people got their cars repaired, so I was eager to come back on.
Well, great, and you're very close by. You're up El Toro Road in Lake Forest, and I always comment, I think last time when you came on, I pass by it every day because that's the way I go back home every day and come to work down El Toro, so I see exactly where it's at. Tell me a little bit about the history of Carsmetics and why someone would come to you. Why choose Carsmetics?
Well, Carsmetics has been in business since 1997, and the core values of Carsmetics is what really appeals to a lot of our customers and why they keep coming back and referring their friends. We build a foundation of great customer service. We hire people with high ethics and great core values. We always put the customer first. Mm-hmm. And from that, we also go ahead and have a low overhead, and through training and working as a team to repair your cars, we do a high quality repair at 20 to 25% less than traditional body shops.
Okay, and what do you specialize in as far as obviously accident repair, mm-hmm. but at what point can you take it to if it's
well, we focus on what we like to call drivable accident repairs. That means the airbags haven't deployed and mm-hmm. we won't have to take the engine out of your car. And by focusing on something like any business, if you focus on a specialty, right. you become better at it, and you can also offer that at a lower price. So if you could still drive your car, that's what our main focus is. And we don't have to buy all that expensive machinery to take the engine out of the car and put the airbags right. back in, which lowers our overhead, so it's just common sense that our costs will be lower.
Sure, you don't need to, if the frame gets bent or twisted, you don't have that framing device is quite expensive.
Yes, exactly.
What about working with insurance companies? Do you guys do that?
We work with all insurance companies. I think I mentioned last time that they love our free coffee in our lobby and our goodies that we have out for them. Mm-hmm. And so the relationship with all insurance companies is fantastic. But we do not work directly with any individual companies because we don't want to be influenced
right.
as far as being on one of their preferred programs and be influenced by someone who's sending us $30,000, $50,000 a month in business, mm-hmm. Because we always want to work for the customer. And if you have an insurance claim, come to us. We work with we'll answer all the questions for you. We'll deal the process for you. We'll do all the paperwork, and we'll make it seamless. And we have a special right now for all Laguna Woods residents that if they come with their insurance claim, we'll put them in a rental for free if they don't have it on their policy.
Very nice.
And if they do have a rent-a-car free on their insurance policy, usually it might be a very, very small car that they're like maybe something that's close to being in the circus, right. a clown car. So what we're doing for those Laguna Woods customers with that kind of agreement with the insurance, we'll give them a free upgrade till they get in a car they're comfortable with.
Very nice.
So it's lots of times, and make it so it's easy to get in and out of, easy to negotiate, or maybe you need something big enough to take people out to dinner. Mm-hmm. So we'll go ahead and do that for any Laguna Woods residents.
That's really nice. How long does an average repair take? You know, you said a drivable accident, meaning it might be a dent on the bumper or door or something of that sort.
About 80% of our repairs are done in 1 to 2 full complete days.
Wow.
So you think about your dry cleaning, they need at least 1 day to do your dry cleaning, but a lot of our minor bumper repairs, one day. So if you bring it to us early morning, like 8 to 8:30 in the morning, we'll have it ready for you by 5:30 in the afternoon. Now, if it's a couple panels, obviously we need 2 days because there's certain things that need to dry or cure, and you don't want to rush a quality repair either. But most of our repairs in 1 to 2 days.
Okay, and so it sounds like because you specialize, you can focus in on what exactly is needed, and you're very in tune with all the different parts that may be having to be ordered. You got a good supply source and get those in quick.
Oh yeah.
And I understand that your color matching system is just excellent.
It's one of the pride of Carsmetics. We have a great working relationship with DuPont Paint, and because of that working relationship, we get all the cutting edge technology, and we have a special camera that take a digital image of your paint, and we enter that information into a computer that we have on site in Lake Forest. And it helps us adjust or tweak the original paint code that they use in the factory to get that precise color match. But I want to stress that technology is no substitute for experience and training. And we hired some of the most experienced painters in the area. Most of them came from large dealerships with BMW, Lexus, GM. And then we give them extensive training.
I have a question that goes on to the kind of paints that are used today, and we always, you know, the Clearcoats. And people might notice that have been driving cars obviously here for a long time, that used to get a dent on your paint or something, a dent on your car, and the paint might have rubbed off a little bit, but it didn't quite peel off, as we know with the Clearcoats that you have nowadays. If you've ever gotten a dent on your car, you'll notice that below it is almost like to me it looks like a Teflon coating, but it'll peel off a little bit. Is that harder to get the Clearcoats back on? I'm just asking as a curious question.
That's a great question, because some repair shops don't even include a Clearcoat on their quote, which in the California sun is very unsafe because it's going to fade quickly. And then there's different grades. We use a very high grade Clearcoat, which means the clarity will be much better and it'll last. And you have a lifetime warranty with Carsmetics, unlike a lot of other shops. And we don't haggle that. If something happens to the Clearcoat, which is very rare, we'll go ahead and do a complete repaint for free, whether that's 8 years from now, 10 years from now.
Really?
Yeah, so occasionally some things will happen with the process, but you have peace of mind with Carsmetics, so it's going to be honored.
Yeah, and I would imagine also, you talk about matching colors. A car that someone has, even with the Clearcoat, certain colors after 3-4 years, especially in the California sun out here. It's the sun, it's not the rain that does the damage. That color is going to change a little bit. In fact, you've even seen where some deep blues, like a cobalt blue, almost gets a little purplish to it. But
exactly.
You're not just painting it back to that original color. It wouldn't match the rest of the car.
Exactly. If you put the original paint coat on there, it would be a totally different shade on a vehicle that's 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah.
And to you it may not look faded, but it's just very, even in like minor fading, if you put the original paint coat on there, it'd be off. So we take a lot of pride in having that expert color match.
Can someone get their entire car painted at their own expense? In other words, they have a dent on the side and they turn around and go, you know what? I've had this car for 8 years. I want to keep it for another 6, 7, 8 years. I know the insurance might cover this point. Can I opt could they opt to have their entire car painted?
They can, but one of the things at Carsmetics is we go and help them not paint their entire car. Often just a couple of panels have the real damage and the scratches, or maybe it's really just faded on one side of the car, because maybe some people just park it on the same side of the street year after year after year, and the factory paint didn't hold up. So often we can avoid painting the whole car by just doing a few panels, and then there's certain, like they call it clay bar wax, which will rejuvenate the rest of the panels. So that's one of the things we take a lot of pride in, avoiding doing all over paint jobs.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that clay bar wax before, and I know
neat.
What you're talking about, the way you park your car. Just for me, I see it's not the paint, because I lease my cars. They don't get that bad, but it's that black matte that they have in between the doors. And I don't care how good a car you have, because one side faces the sun all the time. That's the side that
people will park in the same way for like 7 years, and all of a sudden, what happened to this side of the car?
Exactly. Well, you're going to have something coming up down at the Senior Center, the Florence Sylvester Senior Center, coming up on this Monday, correct?
Yeah.
At 10:30?
Yep. Shirley and Cheryl from the Florence Sylvester Senior Center, right here in Laguna Woods on Moulton Parkway, for between 10:30 and 1 o'clock. And it's just come by and say hello. It's a very relaxed, just answer some questions for you, and just to keep some of the mystery out of the whole repair process.
All right, very good. And if someone wants to come up and get a quote on something, again, you're located up in Lake Forest, and is it the corner of Geronimo?
Geronimo and El Toro, and it's a
Okay.
little shopping mall area. It doesn't look like there'd be a paint shop in there, but we've got all the equipment and full facilities, and that's one of the reasons why we're lower. We keep our overhead low.
Very good. And their website is carsmetics.com, and when you go on there, you want to click on locations and then find your location.
Lake Forest, that's correct. And
All
then
right.
we're also on Yelp. We have a 5-star rating on Yelp too, if you want to check us out there.
Very good. And it's a great service, and as you said, the way you specialize, it's almost like the way a doctor might specialize or something. You can keep your costs low, and you get the job done in a day or two, and a great, lifetime warranty. You can't beat that. So
It's a great way to sum it up.
really nice. Well, thank you very much for coming on again. It's great to have you. And folks, if you want to get your car checked out, you get a little bump on there. Can they come there even before they
Please do.
talk to their insurance? Maybe they've had the bump for 2 or 3 years.
Well,
and
lots of
decided
times people come to us. We have a lot of insurance agents where you buy your policy. Lots of times people don't call the adjuster initially. They'll call their agent, and their agent refers them to us to avoid putting in a claim.
Very good. All right. So Carsmetics is right up there off El Toro and Geronimo and Lake Forest. You know where that's at. There's a local number, 949-470-1600. Again, you can go to carsmetics.com and then make sure you click on the locations, California and then Lake Forest, and it'll take you right there. Thank you very much,
Thanks
Joe.
again.
Great
I
information
really appreciate
and a great
your time.
service. Nice to see you again. Folks, we're going to come up right next with a segment about Chick-fil-A.
Accidents happen. Sometimes it's minor. Sometimes you just can't ignore them. At Carsmetics, we've revolutionized the auto body repair industry by creating fast, hassle-free accident repairs. We promise to make your car look just like new, on time, often in one day, for less. You won't pay a cent until you're satisfied. Carsmetics, expert accident repair.